So different research over the years has shown that only 60% of students who start a course actually complete it at the end. So why does this happen? Why do students start a course but not complete it? Why do some of them actually fail out of the course? That's what we're going to be focusing on this video. So hi guys, welcome to the Smiling Professor. My name is Bukola, and today in this video we're going to discuss why some students fail to complete their degree program. So some of the reasons I'll be giving today is based on my personal experience and research I have conducted. So for those of you who don't know, I have been a lecturer, an assistant lecturer teaching in the UK for a couple of years now in different institutions. So I have a first-hand experience on why some students might fail their courses. So the first reason why some students may fail their courses is because they do not understand that the level of academic expectation and requirements for them at the university level is way more higher than that of the high school. So most people don't understand that in the university level, you are required to do way more academic activities such as studying and engaging with your lesson materials in order for you to pass your assessment within your course. So most students actually underestimate the work it takes to complete a university degree course. So my advice for you is, before you enroll in any course within the university, you should go online and research what modules you'll be doing within this course, and if you actually have the skills and knowledge to perform well within the modules. And if you don't, you can always acquire those skills. You can always study on your own, or you could get help within the university if you think that there's some essential skills that you would need to pass your course within a module that you may lack. Another reason why some students might fail within the university is because the learning culture is different from what they are used to. This particularly applies to international students. So international students who have chosen to study abroad may have a different learning culture than that of the country they have chosen to study in. So I myself made this mistake during my undergrad. When you go to a new country, you should understand the way they study within that country. So I feel that every country have their own ways and practices and procedures on how they study. So I will give you an example. So in Nigeria, personally, from my personal experience, so please, this may differ for everybody, I feel that most of the universities are focused on theories. So they focus more on theory. If you can cram the definition of a theory, you can produce that in your exams. So depending on your level, they might need critical thinking. But when I came to the UK to study, I realized that for you to be able to score high marks, you need to illustrate that you've critically thought of that theory and you've presented arguments that support the theory and other perspectives which may actually criticize that theory. So they expect critical writing from you. I say this to say that every country, I feel, have a different academic expectation from you when you are studying within that country. So it will be best for you to understand what academic expectation is expected of you in terms of how to answer questions, how to write essays, how to present within a group, how to participate in group presentations and things like that. So these are key things you have to understand, especially if you're international. The next reason why some students might fail is because of language barrier. So this also applies to international students. Some international students speak a different language from the language being spoken in the country that they're studying at. So this may cause barriers for them, but there's a way around it. My personal advice for you would be to study early. So make sure that you are engaging with your module materials as early as you can, especially if you understand that there may be some language barrier. The more time you have to practice and learn about the theories and concepts and engage in practice exam answers or practice essay, the more time you do this, you would be able to do well in your final assessment. So I have this advice for you personally. Make sure that you are engaging as early as possible. The last thing you want to do as a student studying in a foreign language is to wait till the end of the semester, close to the time of the exam, to start studying. You may not have enough time, because don't forget, sometimes you may have to translate whatever theories is being taught into your language so you understand it, and translate it back to the language of the country you're studying it. The earlier you start to do this, the better situation you would be at the end of term or the end of the semester for your assessments or your exams. Another reason why some students might fail is because they do not attend classes. Some students, I don't know why, choose not to attend classes, so they choose to stay home for different reasons. Some students have genuine reason why they can attend classes, and if this is your situation or this is your circumstance, make sure you contact your university as soon as possible to let them know that you have these special circumstances which will prevent you from attending classes. And from my understanding, in most UK universities, they would make provision for you. The last thing you want to do is to have a special circumstance why you can't attend classes and just remain in your house, your room, or in your flat without letting anyone know. You stand the risk of not understanding these concepts, not understanding these theories, and may actually fail your final exam. So I advise every student to attend classes. It is really important. Another reason why it's really important to attend classes is because most teachers, such as myself, tell you where to study in exam, and you have the opportunity to access as much questions as you can because you are in class. So if we're teaching something you don't understand, if we're teaching a concept that you don't get, you'll be able to access questions which will allow us to provide you with more explanation on those concepts and theories. So it is really important that you make sure you attend your classes. Another reason why some students might fail their courses is because they do not engage with the study material. So, depending on your university, you may be expected to study your slides, to study some documentation, to read articles, to actually participate in some group presentations, some group exercises, or some experiments if you're in pure sciences. And some students choose not to do this. It is important that you engage with your study material because this will give you an idea of the theories and concepts being taught. And if you engage early, you have the opportunity to actually try to understand the concepts and come to class with pre-prepared questions, and it gives you the opportunity to ask those questions in class. So engaging with your study materials is really, really important. Another reason why some students might fail is because they do not submit their assessment. So they do not submit the assessment material that's expected of them, or they choose not to attend exams. If you paid so much money for your study, I don't know why you would choose not to submit your assessment, why you would choose not to actually submit your assessment and take part in your examination. It is really important that you do this. As I said, if any reason you can't do this, make sure you inform your university or your college as soon as possible, and they would make special arrangements for you. Another reason why some students may actually fail is because they are distracted. I know it is important for you to have a good work-life balance, but you don't want to overdo this as it relates to your social life. You have to make sure that there is a balance. So there's a time for you to have a social life, and there's also time that you have allocated to actually studying. This leads to the next point. Another reason why some students might actually fail in a university is because they are overconfident. Some students are really smart, which is very good, but they do not actually follow the instructions given by the lecturers or the tutors. So because they are very smart, they don't take the time to actually understand what concepts and theories is expected of them for their assessments. And this may be the reason they fail, because you have to make sure that you are following the instruction of your lecturers and you are actually adhering to the instructions they are giving you. They are the one assessing your assignments, essays, or exams. You have to make sure you are following their instruction. Another reason why some students might fail is because they choose not to ask for help. So some students decide not to ask for help and want to study on their own, which is good because it shows that you want to be independent. But please, you are in a university and there are lecturers and tutors who will be willing to help you with anything you're struggling with. There are even departments in my university personally personally who help students with different concerns they may have or different issues they may be experiencing. Please, you paid a tuition for your studies. Make sure you're taking advantage of all the resources that are available to help you get your final degree. Don't be by yourself trying and struggling to study, because there are some students who genuinely try but fail. That's where reaching out for help would do you good. So reach out to your tutors, reach out to your colleagues who you feel may understand this concept. Reach out to people to help you. I will give you my own personal story. When I came in to do an MBA after doing chemical engineering, management was a quite different concept for me, so I reached out to everyone. I think all my lecturers knew me by my first name just because of how much I used to go to them, but they were willing to help me, so they gave me the tools and the materials that I needed, and that's how I was able to complete my MBA successfully and go on to do my PhD. Make sure you're reaching out for help when you need it. This is where we're going to stop today. If you have any points to add, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you think there's anything I have missed and something I haven't said, please let me know down in the comment section below. I would really like to hear from you. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the red button below. Also, like and share my videos, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Thanks guys, see you next week. Bye guys.